Buying land is one of the biggest milestones for many Zimbabweans, but there are actually certain things that personally I also wish I knew before purchasing my own stand. So in this video, I'm definitely going to share with you some of the mistakes, hidden costs, challenges, lessons that each and every buyer should know so that they can make a smarter investment. And by making a smart investment, you're also avoiding unnecessary stress. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tari. If you're watching me here for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you guys, you're really special to me. So there's someone who approached me and said, Tari, there's land that I bought, but I'm actually regretting. Ndandatotanga kutoita the process of building but now I'm thinking of stopping everything ground because I feel like it was not even a smart investment. I feel like I wasted my money. There's nothing that is going to come out of that property that I bought. And why she says it's not a smart investment, the idea for her, it was kuti, when she built that house, it was supposed to be for guest house, my Airbnb. That's what she wanted. So I don't want to rent it out, that property, because of you know, tenants, they are stressful at times. You have my headaches each and every time. That was the reason. So she wanted to have my guests and go here and there, and that's someone who is managing that property. So when someone is telling you all that, now you try to understand, so where is the regret actually coming from? Why regretting? So like I said, that person is in the diaspora, and the reason was I had not done my proper research of the area. I thought it was an area very accessible, yekuti anyone anenge ari kubva anodi anoshika and stuff like that. But now I feel like there's nothing, there's no investment nogona kubuda ikoko. So yeah, it actually made me to do this video to say maybe there's also someone out there who is thinking of buying land, who is thinking of having the same investment as this person, and maybe you also want to know what exactly that you should do. Of course, I talked with this person inbox and we actually assisted each other. So the first thing that you have to know, guys, especially when you're trying to buy land, the first thing is to know the location. You have identified the developer that you want to work with. You're actually interested in working with that developer. You've got all your monies in order. You have to look at the location, because I think location, it plays a very critical role, especially when someone wants to buy land. Because like what this person is saying, now she can't continue with the project because she feels like the location is not good enough for the kind of investment that she wanted to do. Because when it comes to Nyadzima locations, especially with most of the videos that I've been doing, and also some of the locations, if you have noticed, I try as much to give so much detail of the area so that you have got an idea of where you want to buy, of where that area is, so that it also helps you to make a decision. But it doesn't have to end there. You also have to do your own homework. Go per ground. If you are not around, you can send someone who can go there and see if that area is actually accessible. Even even Nemota, some of the areas, they are not accessible. Roads. I've noticed this in this other town, in this other town that I went to. You see, there are other beautiful gated communities, there are the beautiful places, right? But for you to get to that place, for you to access that location, it's very, very difficult. Just imagine you are having difficulties as an individual, as someone wants to buy Koko. What more of someone maybe Waita Airbnb? Would that person be able to access that area? So location is very important, and also accessibility is also very important. There are some people who don't even mind kutenga stands kwekuti hakuna road, kutenga stands kwekuti kure. There are people who don't mind. So today So today, like you can see guys, I'm here in Msengezi. This is Msengezi Jimba RDC. So I came here with Smooth Fire Sounds. We've got an event that we are doing. So yeah, Dambopinda Msango, so that I can just be able to record this video, because I just felt people, they really need to know this. Yeah, so this is where I am. We are kind of close to the former president's homestead. Yeah, this is where we are. So while we are still on location, something that also matters when it comes to location, you also have to know the amenities which are close by, schools, shops, because they also play a major role in making your investment valuable. I'm sure you understand, because there are places but there are no amenities close by. So even if someone wants to rent your property, maybe waita for rental purposes, if someone wants to rent your property, anotanga kufunga tsaka vana vangu vanosondodzidza kupi kana ndauda ma schools vana vangu vanozoenda kupi, because you know kana tiri vanhu vanorenda sesu, we just want zvinhu zvese zvinenge zviri padhuze, because aungazoti uri kubhadhara rent wozotanga futi kutsvaga kuti ndowana kupi ma amenities, something like that. And if it's for your own investment, you have to ask yourself kuti, will you be able or will you be happy with that area in 5 or 10 years to come? Will that area be area I made my own investment? So the other second thing that people should know when they are buying their own properties is paperwork. Paperwork is very, very important. Verifying paperwork. I'm sure you noticed recently, kuti I've been in Stone Ridge, and some they claim they've got the paperwork, but when you think of it, most of the things they were just done by word of mouth. So so you have to verify the ownership. Are there title deeds, developer's permit, developer paperwork, session, which documents are there to justify with land inyatori legit, inyatori proper, because this is one of the challenge most people are facing nowadays. There are scammers out there. I'm sure I've also shared my stories of us being scammed, and also so these are things that are happening and we can't run away from that. So you have to verify if that person who is selling the piece of land, because someone can just come, like I told you guys, right? Someone can just come with you here and claim, this is my land, I'm selling this piece of land. And you can see there's nothing that is happening. I'm selling this piece of land, and just because you're desperate or you just want a piece of land, then in cases like that, then now you have to engage a lawyer or maybe a conveyancer where it's possible. I'm really interested in this piece of land, but can you do the verifications for me to check if this property is really legit? Because scammers are out there, guys, and due diligence is the most important part before anything else. But I know people, they take this for granted, they take this part for granted, because they just feel it's okay, but yeah, if it's people who are really interested in buying land urban areas, urban areas, I always encourage people to know the services more in the area that you are interested in, because at times service costs can be expensive, especially when you are now doing it on your own. So these are some of the things that you have to know of. Let's talk of water connections. Would there be water connections, or maybe you have to do it on your own? Electricity installation, will there be electricity, or maybe you have to do with masola? Of course, nowadays people, they are just doing masola, but you also have to know, will there be electricity installation? Roads and sewer infrastructure, because kuna communities you know kuti developer anogona kungotosira basa panzira kana kuti developer anogona haana kana chanongokuitira ingoritengeserwa hakuna kana road. Come rain season, those areas they are very difficult to access. So is it something that you would want for your life maybe in the long run? Is it something that you are really interested in? So these are some of the things that you have to know. Sewer connections, kana kuti mufana kuita ma septic tanks, now depending with the area, you just have to know all those things and see kuti zvinhu zvokushandira here. So the main reason why I'm telling you this is kuti at times these costs they can be more expensive than what you actually expected. So if you do your homework before, it also saves you the time, it saves you zvese hauzonyanyi kutambudzika. I think when I shared my story, I told you guys that when I was buying my own piece of land, these were some of the major things which attracted us to the development kwatakatenga. Why? Because we didn't want all the headaches zvese. So patikaona kuti developer is actually promising all these things for us, why not go for that area? So yeah, you have to know what you want, and you have to know the costs also associated in doing those things on your own. One thing that you also have to do is to check the soil type, the terrain, and the physical look of your stand that you are really interested in, or the property that you are really interested in. Because I have seen many people, they actually regret on this, especially on soil type. There is someone who also came to my inbox and said, Tari, what should I do? I bought my piece of land. I thought the land is good. The soil type, but on ground you see kuti parikubuda mvura pasi. What is it that I should do? And zvenge zvakuzodhura, because in that case manje pakuda kunyatsoitwa kueliminate moisture by all means, kudawa kutofana kunyatsoita machizve ma DPC zviya, reinforcement and stuff, but on ground zvanga zvisingaoneke. So if you are actually someone who is considering buying land in future, I think the best is to start by doing soil tests, because soil tests, they are really important. They help you to plan before anything. Maybe before watotenga cheko go maybe with an engineer who can do that. Some they try and avoid this because it's just an unnecessary cost. Maybe you are moving from maybe 2 places, 3 places, ma sites out, then you go there which badara engineer. But I think at times no one to save because there are also people who bought black soils munasiri kutonyasoziva kana kuti anenge angotuma someone haana kana idea nekuti land kana kuti soil type inenge yafanira kuita yakaita sei, then wakufanira kuvaka wakunzwa kuti kufanira kuita special foundation. So these are some of the things that you should take note of. And pama terrain pipe dzimwe nzvimbo dzinenge dzakakwirira, saka which means apa pakufanira kuchitozoiswa pakufana kutozotanga kutozofiliwa zvakanyanyisa, maybe pakutodiwa rabho yakanyanyisa and stuff kuti vanhu panyatsova leveled kana kuti chi. And then mamwe mastands anenge ari pane matombo, kana kutoti muzasi chaimo unondotoka kundochera foundation dhuma nezidombo rekuti chero kuti pashandika hapashandike. So these are some of the things that you have to know of before you part ways with your money. Always try by all means to send someone on ground who can do the checks for you. Kana uri kure, try and send someone. I think when it comes to security, it also plays a major part in one making a decision of whether to buy a property or not, buy a stand or not. If you're not sure of the place you're out here, try to visit during the day and also try to visit during the night, and also try to ask other residents who live around that area kuti security wise zvakambonyatsomira sei, mbavha chadzo chaidzo dzakamira sei, because it's one thing kutenga then maybe mangwana wavaka imba yako waita say everything you've done, wakutanga kuya wachibirwa masola, wakutanga kuya wachibirwa. There's this other place where I used to rent, maiti manirega ega mukangoisa panga paine matepa aya twacho twekopa tuya wazati manera aega yaibiwa landlord ombotenga kusvika azoisa eplastic. So ukangosiya chero mapatapata panze chaipo chaipo waiziva kuti unotosvika chinhu icho chaenda. So it was that bad. So these are some of the things that you should take note of. Even kana usiri kuyoda kugara tenant wako chaiye chaiye angada here kuzogara kunzvimbo yekuti unenge uchiti ukasiya kana patapata panze ratoya ratorwa. Hidden costs after purchasing. Hey guys, on this one personally I regret, because you know, you at times you think when I buy a stand it's around 21,000, that's it, but there are other costs that are going to come. Aunenge usina kana kumbotofungira kana kuti kutombotarisira kuti achatanga kungoerekana akudi akunyuka. I'm not going to go into details, but one thing that I have to tell you guys is you have to do your own homework before watenga. Try and communicate with the developer kuti are there no any other costs anozouya ndisina kuplan. And some other costs on my side, it was not even a cost yankauya na developer, but you know, with how mitemo is changing each and every time, nongozereka wakutonzi chakati chauda kutobhadharwa double. So these are some of the things that you have to know. And one thing that I have noticed is people who are buying in gated communities, some they are just buying for the sake of buying, but they are not even sure of what's really needed for you to have a stand in a gated community and the costs associated kana watenga a stand in a gated community. So these are some of the things that you have to know of. So some of the costs, I'm just going to break them down. Kune ma transfer costs, wakuda kuchi transfer stand, kuda watenga stand yako from someone, kana it's a property that you have bought from someone, wakuda transfer the name, change ownership, which is kwa uri, where there are also costs are involved. Ma survey fees chaiyo pamwe pacho unenge usiri kutombo mafunga, ma local authority charges ipapa guys. Unozanga kuzoti kuti ubhadhare maretsi kanzo kuridiwa maretsi akati, kana kuvhura account parikudiwa kuti uvhure account nemari yakati. It's just a lot. On my own side, it's something chanazina umbototarisira, and I actually regret now kuti akomana so the costs, they are just too much. So I'm actually saying kuti before ndatotanga kutonzi ndaisa foundation, I have to part ways with Marir kuma around $2,000 before anything else. So notozonoti, it's a lot. Kugadzisa plani, kuchizondoi approvisa ukanzo kwacho, maretsi wayatri kutaura, it's just a lot. But I'm not saying that it's not doable, guys. Anyone anenge atongoita put their mind pakuti ndoda kuita chinhu ichi, it's doable, trust me. One thing that many people are failing to understand is nyaya yema development restrictions. Kwauda kutenga stand, what are the restrictions in that community? And kana paine ma restrictions, are they restrictions that you are willing kuzogara nawo for life? Because each and every developer, they have got what they want for their community, and is it something chaunoda iwewe? Ndopaipa ndikuda kudzoka futi panambotaura nyaya yema gated communities. Some they are just buying gated communities because they just want the security, but when it comes to the rules and regulations in that community, they are not willing to be part of that. When it comes to nyaya dzema levies nogona kuzotaurwa, they are not willing to be part of that. When it comes to nyaya dzema approved plans anogona kuzotaurwa, they are not willing to be part of that. So before watotenga, I think these are some of the things that you know kuti uri kuda here kutenga in a gated community, or maybe you want a stand kwako wega, a stand alone stand kwekuti unoita wako zvako wega. But I believe kuti in each and every community, whether it's a stand alone or maybe it's a gated community stand, there are always restrictions. So if you are someone who is buying maybe kune a developed area kudara, you always have communication nema neighbors. Indaundotaura nema neighbors kuti, because my neighbors or vanhu vanogara mu community, they will always tell you what the developer cannot be able to tell you, or maybe what the seller cannot be able to tell you. I'm sure you understand. Kuti alright, stand you cannot imbai ndezvipi zvamunombonzwa anombonzwa panombotaura zvema ghost house. Is it not a ghost house? Handitengesera here chinhu chinogona kuzondinetsa mangwana, something like that. So these are some of the things that you have to ask the community. Even water connections, mvura yacho yanga ichimboita sei, zvinhu zvakambonyatsomira sei, each and every detail that you have to know you just have to have my good relations nevanhu. But ndona hangu kuti kune vamwe vanhu vanoda kuita umbimbi ndoga kuti kana ndotongotenga stand, I've bought my stand, sikandoita zvandoda. So as I want to close this video, I just want to tell you guys kuti if you are buying land, try to think for the future. Buy for the long term, don't buy for the short term. Think of what can happen in that community maybe 10 years later, 5 years later. What can happen to that community? The best thing is to consider property appreciation in value. Consider the growth of that development, the growth of the area, the growth of the communities around, so that even in future you won't feel like you wasted your money. Personally, if I was to look back, I think I would do more research on some of the other costs that are associated with buying a piece of land. Remember, I talked of nyaya dzemutemo inochinja, nyaya dzekuzofura makanso and stuff. So these are some of the things that I was not even prepared for myself, but over, and I just have to pay. Buying land can be very exciting, and I was really excited. Utenga land, but now not the costs associated akawanda zvekuti kuzotanga kunzwa tanga kuchitozoisa foundation. Like I said, it's a hassle. So I think buying my second property, this is something that I'm also going to consider before anything else, so that I won't make the same mistake again. So guys, this is all that I had for you today, and I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Up until next time, cheers. Vanhu vekwamurombedzi, vanhu vekumsenkezi, kudhuze nekumoleli high school ndokwatiri. Please just comment in the comment section. Thank you. Up until next time, cheers.